So we continue here with our fantastic drawing program that for now can only draw when you press the mouse, and anytime you press a key, you save the image. We saw here this is a drawing I saved, and here I have the program. If I make some changes and press a key, and in a moment I see here on the disk the saved file. So let's check out how we could do different things depending on the key we pressed. So I go to the reference. I was here on the key pressed function, and here it mentions something about this key variable. I'm gonna go back, and here I can see there is a key variable, and it says the system variable key always contains the value of the most recent key on the keyboard that was used, either pressed or released. We always have these great examples here, and I can see here is checking if the key was B, lowercase b or uppercase B. Let's copy this example from here. I copy, and I paste it here in my function. Okay, so this function will be called when I press a key. So I will just check now for if it's lowercase. So the key variable contains the letter I pressed. And as we saw before here with the equal, we are comparing if this key is equal to a letter. S is a good one for saving, I think. I'm not gonna use this field now. And in that case, I will save. I move this save here. In our previous version of the program, we saved no matter what key we pressed. Now we only save if we press this key. We could add an else case, and just prints something. Print, say what? That will mean our program doesn't know the key we pressed. So now I run the program, and I make a simple drawing, and I press the T, and it says say what? It doesn't know what I want to do. If I press the S, then it should be now here on my disk saved. We don't need this else case, it was just to test it out. So now we are doing one thing with one key, S. We could have other keys. We could change the background color, for example. So we have a way to erase the whole drawing. So we can say here, if key equal what? B, like from background. In that case, I will do something. I will change the background color, and like we have done in some programs, let's just make it random. Random, I will enter random 3 times for the 3 color values, red, green, and blue. And now our program can listen to 2 different keys. Let's run it. Now I press the B key, and nice, see? Every time I press the B key, I get a different color. But I want also to be able to change the front color, not only the background color. So how can we change the front color? Another key. If key equals like C from color. In that case, we do the same like before, but with a stroke. So instead of background, stroke, and the 3 random colors. And I run the program. So let's change the background with the B key, and let's change the color. So now every time I press C, I get a different color. But it's a bit uncomfortable that you don't know which color you're gonna get. It would be really good that somewhere on our display we could see which color was selected. So if we don't like it, we can press C again and get a new one. So we could draw maybe a line somewhere, maybe on the top, a line with the color, and then this helps us decide. Here I check, did we press the C key? Is that true? If that's true, then I set a random color, and then I'm gonna draw a line on the top. For example, from 0, 0 to width 0. So it will be from the left border to the right border. Let's just see it running. So now I press the C. As you can see it up there. Every time you press C, you get a different color. It's just a bit too narrow. In that case, I can make the line thicker. I say stroke weight. If I set here a big border, stroke weight 4, now this works. Every time I press C, I get up there this 4 pixel wide line. I draw this line from 0, 0, which is on the top left corner, to width 0, which is on the right. But now when I draw, it's quite thick because I left it at 4 pixels wide. If I want to make it thin again, I should make stroke weight maybe 2. So it's a bit thinner. It's easier to draw. So now I can set a color and it's okay to draw. So I can choose a background color. I can choose that I use the B for the background color. I use C key for the front color. Then I can make a drawing. I will draw here a star. And with another color, let's see, which one? Is there some yellow or this one? Smiley star. Now I press the S. And then I should have here on my folder, my drawing. You should be careful because every time you press the S, you save a file with this name. This would delete if you had already another drawing. So if you want to keep your drawing, you should rename it. And I will say star. Because now if I do something else and I save it, if I wouldn't have renamed my drawing, I would have deleted with, again, the same name, my drawing. Finally, let's add a very tiny thing to make it a little bit better. If you notice, when I can change the background with the B key, and when I press the C key, I see the color on the top. But if I now press B, the line disappears. It would be nice that the line was always there. So for that, I should use these lines also after setting the background. After setting the background, I also want to make a thick line. I will make this a bit thicker, like 7 pixels. So if I copy these lines and add them here, I will draw this top line in 2 cases, when I change my stroke color and when I change my background color. So if I run the program and I change now the background color, you can see there is also the line, because the line is drawn in these 3 lines here. And if I press C for color, then I change the drawing color. If I now change the background, this one stays. So now it's easy to know which color I'm gonna get. This is a great case to show when to use a function. When you see parts of the program that are repeated, then you could save some space by making a function. This function could be called draw top line, for example. And I just remove these 3. I just cut those lines. I'm gonna create here on the bottom the function void draw top line. And inside I type these 3 lines. So I can delete them and just type here draw top line. It's also easier to understand the program when you're reading here. You can see if you press the B key, then set a random background color, and then you draw a top line. And the program jumps here and executes these 3 lines and then jumps back. And you're calling the same function after setting the stroke. So that's a great use for building your own custom function. That's our mini drawing program. A program that draws pixels on the mouse location if the mouse is pressed, and can do 3 things when pressing different keys on the keyboard. The S is used for saving, the B is used for changing the background color, and the C is used for changing the line color. Now you can go and create some small drawing and save it on the disk, and you can send it by email to your friend and tell them how you made it.